Hi, today we're going on a wee journey. We're going to go to a mining village in Victoria, or what used to be a mining village. It was abandoned, and anyway, today we're going to go up there and we're going to take the Jeep just for a change. I'll need to do a review on this at some point. Lovely machine. Anyway, we'll see you up there. This early in the morning, in a cold Victorian morning, you need your McDonald's coffee before you go. That's lovely. Anyway, right, we're off. We're going to head up to a wee place called Steiglitz, which is an ex-mining town. Me and Mrs. Biker Dan. Hey, we'll see you up there. So this is us heading up to Steiglitz, to the wee mining town. I thought I'd just show you a wee bit what the road's like heading up here. You're quite high up. This is what you call the Brisbane Ranges. It's about, I don't know, it's about 70 or 80 mile west of Melbourne. It's about 30 miles north of Geelong. It's a beautiful area. There's quite a few people live up here, if you don't mind bushfires and things like that. So I'm at Steiglitz Courthouse. This was an old courthouse that was built many years ago, and it's still open today. You can go in there. They have a sort of museum, and you can walk around, see old photographs and things that was left from the mining era. So let me tell you a wee bit about the history of Steiglitz. That was a climb. So let me tell you about the history of Steiglitz. There was a family moved here in around 1835, and their name was von Steiglitz, and they lived here and ended up buying the whole area. And then I think it was about 1850s they moved to Ireland, but they still kept ownership of this area. Anyway, it was a year after that someone found gold, and the gold was in the quartz. So in order to get it, they had to break the quartz and extract the gold out of it. There was also a lot of gold lying in the creek, and all of a sudden Steiglitz became one of the first areas in Victoria to mine gold from the quartz. One of the first ever mining towns. So from the 1850s, the place built up. By 1860s or 1870s, I think there was around 2,000 people lived here, and they were mining the gold, and the mining kept on going till near enough the end of the 1800s, when it sort of dried up, and it ended up they weren't getting that much gold, it wasn't worth it. So people moved away, and then mining was reduced, and then I think it was just around about 1910 the mining stopped and everybody moved away. Steiglitz became a ghost town. There was nobody left here, so it became abandoned. So the 2,000 people that lived here, all the houses and everything, a lot of them vanished, demolished, fell to bits, dilapidated, if that's the right word to use. So I think it was after the Second World War, one or two of the houses were bought, and nothing much happened here. It was still a bit of a ghost town. Anyway, a few years back there, it was decided to make Steiglitz into a historic park. So you can visit Steiglitz. It's in the Brisbane Ranges in Victoria. And it's about 30 miles west, or 30 kilometres west of Geelong, about 80 kilometres south of Melbourne. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, just look at the scenery. And if you listen to it too, it's just unbelievable. So, dotted around here is old mines. I'll show you one. There's an old uncovered mine shaft just down here. And it tells you there's a wee bit about the history. Uncovered mine shaft in this area. This is called a boxing reef. Boxing reef's one of the most famous of the many gold reefs of the Steiglitz field. So, I don't know if you can see down there or not, but that's a reef down there. So what they would do is they would dig the soil out of there, the quartz, and then they would hammer the quartz to extract the gold. Here's another one just over here. So this one as well, it's sort of half filled in a wee bit, but it used to go way down. And here's the pond. This is where they would use the water, which would come from a spring, fill up the pond, and they would use it for sort of sluicing the gold. And if you look at the ground here, you can see there's a lot of slate. So there's a lot of slate dug up. And here's one of the spoils. This is all the dirt that was left over from the mine. And as you can see, somebody's been digging in it, trying to see if they can find any gold. But now there's a few people live here. There is some houses. I think there's about 8 or 9 people live here. And yeah, which is good because it keeps the place running. It's absolutely fantastic to visit. It's well worth it if you're in the area. As we walk further down, here's old sheds, cobbin, that was coach stables at one time. Just reading the wee signs above it. Somebody's put a petrol pump there. And even nowadays we see solar panels in Steiglitz. Look at these lovely old houses, I mean, wow. And this the other side we've got old sheds, been there a long time. And even in the fields, there's some old ruined cars. I don't know if you can see them or not, but So, although there's a few people live here, they've tried to keep the little village, or it was a town at one time, original. So, here's someone who's bought this building, and as you can see, it used to be Draper and Outfitter, post office, local Yorkshire Insurance Company. Isn't that fantastic? And there's their garden and the good old Aussie flag. And as we walk down, there was originally shops, buildings all over here, which have all gone, but sometimes you get little signs there to tell you what was here. Now, this one was Simpson's Bakery, known as Steiglitz Bakery. It was owned by the Simpson brothers, who were also family grocers and general carriers. The full brick building with large half-moon bricks ovens was run by William Simpson until 1895. It's not known exactly why or when the bakery closed. However, in 1936-37, Mr. Cook used the bricks from the building to build the chimneys and a sheep dip in the area. So there we go. So everything was utilised, even all the old bloody bricks of the houses were used to build something else. Let's have another wee look down here, see what else we can find. As you can see, there's another spoil heap over there from the mines. So it was quite a big business, the gold mining in Steiglitz. So this is Durdewara Road, and the wooden bridge crossing it, and down there is a creek, and that runs all the way to Sutherland Creek, the main creek. On the other side of this bridge you can see the creek heading up to where the mines were. There's not much left of it now. I'd imagine there's some water runs down there at some point. And you can see the sort of walls built with the slate. It's fascinating. And then you've got the state forests. All you can hear is birds, parrots, all sorts of wildlife. It's fantastic. With the odd car. Just have a look at this. This is Regent Street, heading straight up here. And there's a picture here showing Regent Street, what it used to be like. So have a look at that. And then have a look at that. Regent Street, how it used to be, right down to the bridge. And there's a picture of the Drapers, which was right here. It's not here now. And here's a signpost. So as we walk along here, if you do want to visit Steiglitz, always be mindful that there's people live here, and always be respectful to the people as you walk through here. Not loud noises and being a nuisance, you know, flying drones all over the place, low, just annoying people. Just always be a wee bit respectful. Now here's another old house. Don't know what that one was, but another old house, and there's an outside fire there. And the road continues this way, down to Sutherland Creek. Some more of the buildings as we're heading down towards the creek. What a fantastic place to stay. However, I'm not going to walk right past their house. As I said earlier, people live in there. I don't want to be a nuisance, but it is nice to come and see. So as we climb up this banking, we pass the main road. People out four-wheel driving. Lovely. It's a fantastic area for going out and about in your four-wheel drive. State forests are open to everybody to use. You can go camping and everything. It's fantastic. Why not? So here we are. This is Sutherlands Creek and Steiglitz Bridge. So this is the bridge. This road continues on to a place called Meredith. Another lovely wee place to visit. Anyway, Mrs. Biker Dan is down here somewhere, panning for gold. So let's see if we can find her. Oh, wow. The creek's full. Usually the creek's just a puddle, but it's absolutely full. I think it's time to fly down there and see if we can find her.